about you applying the practice so that you can be the best that you can possibly be. Because these are challenging times in America. And the things that we have to do to make sure that the services we are providing for the families and the students that you're working with, it's imperative that you be the best. Because if you are not at your best, then what we're doing is not beneficial to those individuals. So not only are you wasting your time, you're wasting their time. So let's try this again. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
That's what I'm talking about. So I have a lot of energy. I have a lot of passion. My name is Dr. Shanta Smith, and I've had the opportunity to be in education for over 24 years. So at the beginning of this academic year, I'm going into my 25th year. I walk, talk, breathe, sleep education, literally. I'm not exaggerating. I've had the opportunity to work at the middle school and high school level as a social studies teacher and a communication arts teacher, then transitioned to the elementary level. As an elementary school principal, I also worked at the middle school level as a social study and reading teacher, and then I transitioned to higher ed, and I'm associate professor at Southeast Missouri State University. So when I say that I'm passionate about education, I'm very passionate about education because education is actually the equalizer. Now, some of us might not believe that it's an equalizer, but it is an equalizer. You see all these pieces of paper on your table? What an education has provided for each one of us in this room is it provided us with the opportunity to learn how to read. So I want us to think and reflect for a moment. If we didn't have that opportunity, we would be messed up. So an education is very important. So one of the things that our jobs are is to get the individuals that we're responsible for working with to value, appreciate, and respect that. Because a number of them have really no idea of how valuable and how important an education is. Now, when I use the word education, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to have several degrees. Because sometimes when people get degrees, we get on a high horse, okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to have real talk. Because when I'm working with individuals, nobody cares that my name is Dr. Smith. I did that because we know in the professional world, people want you to have credentials. They want you to be qualified. So you do what you need to do in order to get those credentials, but you make sure that you keep it real. And what I mean by keep it real, I mean be realistic, have set high expectations, have a positive attitude, and make sure that you exalt love. Not just love to yourself, but love to the other individuals that you are working with. So when we bring that realness, that means you're being authentic. You're not being fake. And for some of us, when we work with individuals, we put on a mask. But they can see right through them. So it's important for us to understand that just be yourself. That's what it's all about. If you don't understand something, if you don't know something, just say it. Like, for example, I have a helper here today. I'm going to put the helper on spot. I'm not going to say who the helper is, but I always get an individual to assist me and help me so that I won't have to worry about recording and videoing, because I always want to make sure that when I'm presenting, that I'm bringing it to you. But like I said, I'm just not standing up here saying blah, 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 blah. So I critique myself after I do it and say, how did I do? What can I do better to enhance what I'm doing? So when I bring it again, that I'm always elevating. We never want to be stagnant. We always want to become better and be the best that we can possibly be. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have everybody stand up. We're going to be very interactive. Again, it's not just about me just standing and speaking to you. Now, you have some packets on your table, and then we have some words on this front screen. And this is something I've been doing for 24 years. It's a class model of poems, and we're going to do it together. And this sets the tone for the day. So on the count of three, we're going to say it together. 1, 2, 3. This day has been given to me fresh and clear. I can either use it or throw it away. I promise that I will use this day to the fullest, realizing that it will never come back again. I realize that this is my life to use or throw away. I say, are we motivated? You say, yes. Motivated. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's all right, brother. That's all right. Let's do it again. I say, are we motivated? You say,
motivated, motivated, downright motivated. Drive on, Dr. Smith, drive on.
Together, excuses. Excuses are monuments of nothing that build bridges that lead to nowhere. And those who use these tools of incompetence are masters of nothing. Therefore, we do not use excuses. Pass.
Once the task has begun,
have an understanding that each day, each one of us is given an opportunity. And we have to make the decision on whether we're going to take advantage of that opportunity or just waste the day. So yesterday is gone, it's never coming back again. So as my parents and grandparents would say, don't cry over spilled milk. Because there's nothing you can do about it. However, because it's gone, that doesn't mean today you can't make the situation better. Each one of us is blessed because we woke up this morning. We got to put our feet on the ground. Some people didn't have that opportunity because they're gone. So again, we have to take advantage of the day. There are only 24 hours of the day. And if we're wasting time, we're wasting our lives. When we move to the poems, excuses. We're human beings, so oftentimes we tend to make excuses. But when we talk about the business that we're responsible for doing, we have very little room for excuses. So this poem is to remind us that we don't have room for those excuses. So let's stop making them. And then tasks, very simple. If we start something, we need to finish it. It's just that simple. If we don't want to do it, then don't start the task, because again, you're wasting time, and time is precious. So one of the first things we're going to do, on your tables, you're going to see some sticky tabs. And as I'm speaking, I'm going to ask everybody to pull out 5 of these sticky tabs. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take a moment and we're going to do a culture walk. In the room, you see 5 posters placed on the walls, and these posters ask us specific questions, and you're just going to read those questions, and then you're going to write your response on the sticky tag. Now, for some of us who probably thought that you were just going to have somebody speaking to you today, I'm always prepared because I'm an educator. So just in case you don't have a writing utensil, I have some lovely little golf pencils here, and I will provide you with a writing teacher. So you see, that's the teacher coming out of me. Because you know, some people be like, oh, I don't know about that. No, no, no. We're all going to participate because, again, we want to make sure that we get something out of it. So if you don't have a writing utensil, let me know and I'll come and get it and give you one. So again,